Hello class, my name is Kevin Lockwood. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm going to be showing you a video of my children, Emma and Nicholas Lockwood, who have spinal muscular atrophy type 1, and trying to show you some things of the day in the life of the kids and what they go through with their treatments and some of the different house modifications that we've made. Both of my children, as I mentioned, have SMA type 1. My daughter Emma is now 16. She was diagnosed at around 6 months of age, and my son Nicholas was diagnosed shortly after birth, and he's now 15. So I'm going to introduce you to Emma and Nick, and then we're going to get things rolling here with our videos. So here we are with Emma, and Emma, once again, is 16 years old. I should also mention that her voice is really soft. She has a whisper. She speaks clearly, but has some damaged vocal cord from when she was intubated at a very young age. So she'll talk for a moment, and then I'll try to help kind of translate what she's saying. So Emma, tell us a little bit about your everyday regimen that you go through on a regular basis here at home. So she does breathing treatment in the morning when she wakes up, and then she does K-12. Tell us a little bit about K-12 and some of the other things that you do in addition to K-12. So she does the K-12 online. She's a senior, and because she has completed most of her credits through K-12, she's also taking classes through Miami University. So if you don't know where Miami is, it's located about an hour north in Oxford, Ohio. So here we are with Nicholas, and Nick, can you tell the class some of the things that you like to do in your free time? You like to play your computer, play with your family, and play the Xbox sometimes. Cool. So here we are with Emma in the living room here. This is showing some of the things that she can do with her power chair. She's sitting in her power chair. We got this really tall table that her Apple computer is sitting on. She's able to control the computer with a couple of little adaptations right here. She's got a little micro light clicker here with her left hand, and then the actual joystick. She's controlling it here. I'm trying to go under the table so you can see, but she's kind of using the joystick of the power chair to control the mouse on the screen. So she's hanging out here on Facebook right now, and she enjoys, of course, all the social media and so forth, but able to do a lot of things just through her power chair and some of the adaptations that we've made. So we're back with Nick, and as he mentioned, he likes to play his Xbox and also his computer, and so we also have an opportunity here to hook up his Android and hook it up to his chair through this little arm that kind of extends right in front of his face, and we have a wireless mouse pad. Every SMA kid is a little bit different on the way that they set up and be able to play games. Some can do it, some can't. We're fortunate that both Emma and Nick are able to do this, but we have kind of a teddy bear set up with his arm dangling down. He's got just enough strength in his fingers, and he's playing, as you can see here, some sort of game. Galaga. He likes classic video games, by the way. But he's controlling this just by a simple little light touch on the mouse pad. And so I would say he likes to play his Android at least once a day. He usually plays his computer for a little while, and then before he goes to bed, usually gets this out and plays his Android. So here we are. Nick is still playing his Galaga game, and he does not know that I'm videotaping right now because I wanted to. He gets a little camera shy, so I wanted you to see some of his humorous side of him as well. The boy is hilarious, but he's playing his Galaga game and singing along to the music. So here we are in the kitchen, and Nick is on the beam right now. This is actually Nick driving this robotic thing through our kitchen right now, and he's actually controlling it over here, and he's able to see where he's going on the screen. The robot, or the little beam as we call it, has some cameras on the front of it, and he's able to see where he's going. So you can see he's going out there to oh, this is me. Basically he's able to drive that anywhere he wants where there's a Wi-Fi signal. So we typically don't do this close proximity like this, but we thought it'd be fun to show you an example of what we can do with it. Emma has been able to do some amazing things with the beam as a result of this. We're able to take it and drop it off at different locations. She's been able to go down to the convention center downtown, where she was like a guest speaker at a convention, where she was able to beam in from home but be able to be up on stage with the beam, and she was able to basically communicate and talk and talk at this particular convention at downtown Cincinnati. We've been able to take it to birthday parties during 6th season. Instead of taking our kids and putting them, you know, exposing them to different germs, we've been able to take them to different parties. We've been able to do college orientation through that. Did a summer camp at Xavier University with the beam as well, so that was kind of cool. Emma and Nick were both able to beam into the class at Xavier University while they were here at home. Nick, what are some of the other things you've done with the beam?
Me?
Yeah, you or your sister. Sissy's done a lot of stuff. The walk and roll. Yeah, Nick was in the hospital during our walkathon. And so during that time, we took the beam to the walkathon, and Nick from the hospital room was able to beam into our walkathon and cruise around with our beam. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of some of its uses. Pretty cool thing that we can use, and just cool use of technology that's been able to give them a lot of cool opportunities. So here we are in Nick's room. We're starting this treatment, and we're going to show you different parts of it. The first one is called CPT, basically trying to pound the snot out of, or potential snot that could be building up in his lungs. We do this kind of proactively as well, so it's really more of a preventative thing when he's healthy, and when he's sick and has stuff down in his lungs, it certainly helps with knocking it loose. And you'll see some other things that we do to help move secretions as well. Sorry if the phone's a little bumpy. I'm trying to pad and videotape here at the same time. But you'll see some of this other stuff in action here in a little bit. We have a lot of different equipment around the room. But anyway, we'll be back with you here shortly. So here we are. We did 5 minutes of the CPT on both the right and then 5 minutes of the left. Now we're doing the cough assist machine. This is something that both Emma and Nick have done almost their entire life. Nick almost their entire life. Emma started maybe about 20 months or so. But we typically do 5 sets of 5 coughs, and I've already lost track, so I'm talking here. I think that's 5 there. But so we do the cough assist, try to bring some stuff up, and then we use the suction machine to try to suction out the secretions. So again, we do about 5 sets of 5, do the suctioning in between. We do that at the beginning of the treatment, and then once again at the end of the treatment as well. So here we are, we've done the CPT, we did the cough machine. Now the next step is the vest and the BiPAP. So you can see that we have this right here is hooked up to this machine down here, and he's got pressures of 12 basically for 10 minutes long. So it's going to go and just shake the heck out of his lungs. So it's kind of the same as CPT, but it really does a more effective job because it gets all the lobes hopefully and really shake, rattle, and roll for 10 minutes straight. We have the BiPAP on, and then in a minute here I'm going to be hooking up this nebulizer, which I forgot to hook up ahead of time before I started the video. But this is going to go in line here with some medication that'll be going basically right into him as a result of this nebulizer, which is down here. So in addition, we also have, I mentioned the BiPAP. This is his BiPAP machine here. Here's his pulse ox. You can see his oxygen saturation levels are at 98 and his heart rate is at 102. And that's pretty normal. It may look high for most people, but really from about 100 to, I would say, the 120s is fairly normal for him. If it gets up into the 130s, 140s, and higher, that indicates that he's got a fever or sick or something else is going on, but this is pretty normal numbers for him right here. When his sleep, his oxygen levels typically remain in the upper 90s. His heart rate would go down maybe 60s to 90s, in that range. I would say is fairly normal when he's sleeping. Anyway, Nicholas, do you want to talk or sing or do something funny while you're on the vest? Because it does sound kind of funny. Hello. Do some singing real quick, see what it sounds like. So here we are with everything hooked up. Here we got the nebulizer. You can see a little bit of the stuff that's like a vapor that's inside there. There's a little bit of a liquid that we squirt in there, and then that medicine takes maybe 10 minutes or so. We do that while he is on his vest. A couple other things I thought I would show you. This is an accessible bathroom that we had made about 9 years ago, and you can see it's a fairly big walk-in shower. We have the shower and bath chair over there on the right side, and then Nick's chair. He's now in bed, but his chair that he was in earlier. We kind of use this area for storage as well. You can see a fairly large area here that we can roll in. Another thing that's kind of cool is we have this bathtub that's raised up, so we have kind of a choice, and we basically have raised it up by, I don't know, 2 or 3 feet off the ground so that it doesn't break our backs when we put the kids in the bathtub. It allows us to be able to bathe them standing as opposed to like kneeling over. We also have this lift that goes down the hall and into the kids' bedrooms. They're actually getting ready to go to sleep here, but we'll show that maybe tomorrow on how that operates. But this is a lift that goes into both the kids' bedrooms and into the bathroom, and eventually over top of the tub. Hey everybody, thanks for watching our videos. We hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit about our family and what we go through on a regular basis. Wanted to let you know, even though we are busy with their care, that we do so many fun things with our kids as well. We've been to Disney World 3 times with our kids. We've been to the beach many times, rock concerts. We've been to musicals. They've been on adaptive baseball teams. They play power soccer, flown a kite. They like to go fishing. They like to go boating. There's so many different things that we can still do as a family. Yeah, it's a little bit different than probably the average kid, but we do like to do some normal things as much as we can make it normal for them. So we hope you've really enjoyed it, and you know, a little bit of a look into the life of an SMA family. I wanted to get my wife on here as well because she's been kind of quiet throughout this process. She's a little camera shy. But thanks everybody, and I hope you enjoyed our videos. Bye-bye.